Hey Gary, I'm Christopher Green. I'm with AMTV, Alternative
Hey,
Media Television.
hey, good,
How you doing? You're
good,
running
good,
for
thank you.
president.
I am.
So I had a couple questions for you
Sure.
today. Hillary Clinton, Comey, FBI director, basically kind of laid down, said he's not going to prosecute. He doesn't think that Hillary Clinton had intent with, building an email infrastructure, really breaking the law. A lot of Americans think that's criminal. She should be prosecuted. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not the one that throws stones on this one. I'm going to leave that to others. And I never did think that there was criminal intent involved. Bad judgment, sure. And I wish that she was more forthright on the bad judgment part of it. But I've never taken the side criminal intent was part of it.
Okay, fair enough. Now you're running for president. Why doesn't the mainstream media give you more attention?
Well, or why is it that all of a sudden they're giving me more attention than they've given me ever before? I'd like to think about the latter, and that's really what is happening. And I might be the next president of the United States.
That would be fantastic. So let me ask you your thoughts on Trump. What do you think of Trump? Is this guy a wild card? Do you think he's actually going to win?
Well, I have some 180-degree issues with Trump. Deporting 11 million undocumented workers, building a fence across the border, that they're taking jobs that U.S. citizens want when that's not the case, that they are murderers and rapists when that is not the case, killing the families of Muslim terrorists, bringing back waterboarding or worse or whatever it takes. He says he's for free market, but then in the next sentence he says he's going to force Apple to make their iPads and their iPhones in the United States. Says he's going to apply a 35%, 45% tariff to imported goods. I got some differences with Donald Trump.
Yeah, could he actually build a wall, do you think, and have Mexico pay? Is that even reasonable, in your opinion?
Well, let's just talk about the wall across the Texas-Mexico border. That's the Rio Grande River.
That's true.
So is that going to be a wall on our side of the border and we're going to block out the Rio Grande? Is that going to be a wall on the Mexican side? They're going to wall out the Rio Grande? Oh, I guess it's going to be a wall right down the middle of the Rio Grande. Sounds perfectly logical to me.
Speaking of terrorism, there was obviously, a tragic event that occurred yesterday in Nice, France. There was about 80 plus people killed. Men, women, and children. Honestly, you see this stuff, it's just gut-wrenching to see it. Seems like it's happening more and more often. Is Donald Trump right about banning Muslims from coming into America unless it's through proper channels until we figure things out?
Well, by figure things out, are we going to ever figure out a situation where a truck is driving through a crowd full of people, which I would guess is a possibility that exists in 10,000 different places in this country every single day? Look, I think we should stand back and see what transpires. I mean, who was this individual? Was he mentally ill? Was this some sort of act of terrorism? And look, if somebody's bent on killing themselves by doing an act that, by all measurements, is horrible, what are we ever going to be able to do about that?
Yeah, it's a difficult question. I mean, how do we stop these things from happening?
How do we stop these things from happening when the FBI interviews the shooter in Florida 3 times? I mean, obviously something in the system is working. As President of the United States, I would really be curious to know what transpired between the FBI and the shooter, and what suggestions do they have going forward? This is Gary Johnson with AMTV, hard-hitting and in your face.